Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Do it, baby. What should I think? Do it, baby. What could I think? Do it, baby. What should I think? Do it, baby. What could I think? Do it, do it. Do it, baby. Do what I should think. Do, baby. Do what I could think. Do it, baby. Do what I should think. Do it, baby. Do it. I ain't never rep a set, baby. I ain't do no wrong. I could clean up good for you. Oh, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna make it so badly. I'm $1 million baby. Don't at me. Yeah, oh, hell no.
You rep my city for so damn long, but you still don't notice me. My sound next, VA next. I'm at they neck. I'm running up a check. She a bad little mama. She a diva. No matter what happens, he cannot come between us again. I know we're better than friends. I took her to Queen's Gambit, showed her around my friends. Tried to pick some energy up, it don't matter. I know you haven't moved on if you tried, oh no. I don't believe it, baby, I know you lied. All night long, what you mean I changed? Haven't stayed the same, I've been losing my mind. I said the city is mine. I never represent, baby. Whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, 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 whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha.
I never represent, baby, 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 baby. I never represent, baby, baby.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. Is Jade and XD. Ooh, the most viral podcast apparently.
Okay, what are you talking about?
Well, let's just dive right in, shall we?
Yes.
So, on the ABC show, if you don't subscribe to the Patreon, get yourself down to the Patreon, become an official member of the Cult of Chaos.
An agent of chaos.
Become an agent of chaos. Get your letters, AOC, join the Church of Cock.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait. No, but yes.
And, we watched it was a viral clip, but we actually watched the full episode for pure context. So there was a clip going around the internet, a clip from Touched by an Angel starring Roma Downey Jr., Della Reese, and John Daly, I think his name is.
Yep.
And basically Roma Downey is in blackface and she is praying to be white again because God showed her. Yeah. Because God made her black to show her what racism was like and what it was like to be a real human.
Even though she was already dead.
Right. So we watched the full episode and we happened to post a clip and, social media game tight. You know what I mean? Like we post a hot clip and it went everywhere. Would you like to know some of the notable people that reshared our clip?
Okay.
Well, first of all, let me tell you how many views do you think we got on our clip? Let's say with Instagram. How much do you think?
I don't know.
Just give me a number.
6K.
Okay. And how much do you think we got on TikTok? Because I've been posting on TikTok.
Oh, I forget about TikTok. 9K.
Okay. Well, as of the time of recording, which is Tuesday of this week, and this just went up 1,000. On TikTok, it was 61,300.
That invites demons in.
It has. And for Instagram, 190,000.
Oh, okay.
We were reblogged by Hershey Liqueur and Dion Ferris.
What? They say I'm hopeless. like a penny with a hole. Like a penny with a hole in it. You know who her daughter is?
Who?
The young lady, the young baby Tate. Wait, is that her name? Hold on.
Really?
Yeah. That's her daughter.
Shut up.
Yes. Fun fact I learned when I did the Afropunk rewind with getting grown in the friend zone.
I know what you're doing. Yeah. I know why you dialed my number. Yes, Dion did that.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to nepotism.
Okay, I love it. I love black nepotism. Blackatism.
Oh, same. But yes, we have gone viral. We were trending. And this goes back to my rant. So just put a pin in this because this goes into my bullet point of what I'm going to talk about today about what happens when you go viral, or just in general. No, I'll just go on the rant right now.
Yeah.
People steal from us. Hard body.
They've been stealing. We figured that out a while ago.
I know niggas been stealing. But then what's blatant though, right, is what I hate now is that people will do the remix thing and they'll let your clip play and they'll just watch it with this thing and getting views off of you. And it's like, that's lazy booking. And two, it also invites cretins.
Oh no, the viral moments always invite demons in. Always.
On Instagram, this shit was shared 17,000 times. And I'm like, okay. And if you look at the comments, it's almost 1,000 comments. And it's ranging from LOL, oh my God, what the fuck is this? Is this touched by an angel? Is this all to y'all are perpetuating the stereotype because we were laughing at it. And
it's ridiculous.
I wanted to respond.
No.
But then I was like, no.
No. For what?
Because you know why? People needed to get that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get it out. Let the contrarianism.
Let the hate out your heart.
Yeah. If you can't understand how to laugh at absurdity, then
I feel sad for you. This is definitely not the place. I feel sad for you. I feel sad that your life is so constipated.
Yeah. It's nothing but brown rice and bean curd.
And you can, right. You know what I'm saying? I like lentils. I don't want to eat them every day though. You know what I'm saying? So I just, this is a very specific place. This is not a viral place. This is a specific safe area. And I don't care. So I don't care. I was in the woods all weekend and had no internet service. So I don't know what you all think, and I'm still gonna laugh, and I don't care. And obviously I'm laughing because it's so fucking ridiculous the blackface itself is we already know the history of it. We already know all of that. This particular blackface was a special kind of what the fuck? And it was ridiculous. And then Rosa Parks was in the episode, and so was Stella Reese.
And John Ritter.
And I don't care what you all think. I'm gonna laugh. I'm not getting ready to go out in real life and see a white person in blackface on the street. And I'm just I don't care what constipated people on the internet think.
This is what I am.
Feel me?
You can hate me now, QB, but I won't won't stop now, 'cause I can't stop now. Brave heart, you should hate me now.
Yeah, however, this rolled into my real life.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, I live in a particular type of building.
Mhm.
And so they're very much like, good morning, Mr. Lowe. How are you? I'm like, hey, girl.
Mhm.
Which I need to discuss on the Patreon. I think some shit done went down with the drama at work with the leasing office. And I need to find out what the fuck happened with my neighbor. And yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that then.
ABC show.
Yeah, but continue.
But I was downstairs and checking the mail because I had to pick up. Actually, this happened yesterday because I had to pick up my purchase, which I will talk about in a second. Somebody came up to me, one of the staff members, and was like, Mr. DeLoe, found this. I just wanted to say this was very funny. Because I was very, very adamant about not telling anybody what I do for a living.
Yeah, why would you?
Especially here. And they all try to figure it out. When I first got here, I said, I work in entertainment, which isn't that far off. And so people have been trying to figure it out. And so when this clip came about, and I was like, oh.
Just LOL.
Yeah, just
because it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but anywho, yes, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. How was your week? Give us an update before anything else.
Absolutely.
Because I have some stuff too.
Yes, we're on day 242 of the ongoing genocide in Gaza. Remember that there are multiple genocides ongoing in the world, in Gaza, in Sudan, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Haiti, in Tigray, and so forth and so on. And so we want to make sure that we are being mindful of all that is happening worldwide. But as we are on day 242 of the ongoing genocide in Gaza, there was an invasion in Jabalia that we talked about, a 20-day invasion by the IDF, excuse me, IOF, let's be very clear, where they killed hundreds of people. There are still people that are under the rubble right now. And again, they do these things every time they use a major distraction on stateside, when they commit these atrocities, as they are committing these atrocities on a daily basis. As of right now, Israeli forces and tanks have been advancing into eastern Khan Yunis and Gaza City with heavy gunfire and shelling. And the problem with that is that Khan Yunis is now a hub for displaced Palestinians after the Rafah invasion, which displaced over 1 million people. And so you can imagine feeling like a sitting duck, essentially, as they are invading heavily, even despite demands to stop at this point, and facing ongoing and facing possible arrest by the ICC. But we'll see about that because nobody's doing anything. World leaders are doing nothing but enabling this. 22 people were killed in an overnight Israeli attack on homes in Khan Yunis and in Rafah. And their tents in Khan Yunis are being flooded by sewage right now because a pipeline burst. And we know a pipeline burst because of invasions and because of what they are doing to the infrastructure and to the land. And an ongoing, famine as they are still blocking aid and attacking people and killing people for trying to receive the aid that is actually getting in. And so it just continues to be awful. It continues to be terrible, but we're keeping our eyes on Palestine in addition to Sudan, where even as people are trying to flee violence in El Fashir, they're being intercepted by the RSF forces who are looting and opening fire on them. And in just a day or so ago, 2 men were killed, many were injured. There's also a famine happening in Sudan. There's expected to be a full famine, full starvation by September if there is no assistance, if there's no help, if there's no integration. And so yeah, we've got to keep our eyes on what's going on in Sudan. We've got to keep our eyes on what's going on all over the world. Again, some really good resources for you all to follow. Let's Talk Palestine. It gives daily updates as to what's going on. That's where I pull a lot of my information. Daily updates as to what's going on the ground in Gaza currently. Janan Matari, who is a creative who told stories of Palestine, but is now actively giving us information on a daily basis. Bisan always, she is on the ground, a young woman on the ground, storyteller as well, and letting us know on a day-to-day basis what is happening. And we wanted to talk about it, how it's Pride Month, right? We've already had conversations around why we need to be concerned about what's going on worldwide, but with these genocides and how they are directly tied to us as marginalized people, as Black people, as queer people, and so forth and so on. And so we know it's the top of Pride Month. We know Pride Month was a capitalistic venture made by the United States, just like everything else. But it doesn't mean that it was not a moment to celebrate, just like we do during Black History Month, to honor those who have fought the good fight, for people to have the rights that they have right now, which are being taken away very rapidly. But it is not a time for you to bastardize the movement either, and use it as a form of colonization and as a form of oppression on people because you are also an oppressed people. That's not how that goes. You don't get to become the villain because you've been the victim. And so we need to be very mindful of that. Some queer resources that you can also follow are India Moore. I've mentioned YK Hong, or YK Reborn on Instagram. And your friend Samer, who is a queer Palestinian, very vocal about queer rights and Palestinian rights and human rights. Let's be very clear.
Because all of this is human rights.
This is all human rights. Okay, this is all because this is anti-humanity. What is being done is anti-human. It is disgusting. It is atrocious. It is villainous. It is every awful thing under the sun. And so all of this is on the side of humanity. Let's be very clear. When you're on the side of Palestine, you're on the side of humanity. When you're on the side of Zionism, you are not. You're on the side of death and desensitizing and just the wrong side. And so that's it. That's the update this week.
Yeah. To your point, there are queer people in Palestine. You know what I mean? There are trans people in Palestine. There are non-binary. There's all types of alphabet mafia representation everywhere we are. And that should not, we should not leave our folks astray, right? Like there's no pride if none of us is free, for real.
That's
it. And so, support the homies and do what you can. And I know that you have been talking about this weekly, and Kira, shout out to Kira,
our
lovely former accountant.
Yes. Yes.
Gave me a wonderful idea. And as you do weekly updates for this, I will try my best to do weekly updates on voting and what's the hot ticket things in major markets, and I'll even try to do some of the smaller ones based on the data that I have of where I assume people live, right? But two things I want to point out this week. One, it is, if you're in the state of California, it is very easy for you to register to vote. And I say this as somebody who just registered somebody to vote this morning. And because people also fear going to the polls, right? And low key, rightfully so. But I because of there's a lot of hate that happens at the polls, unfortunately. However, in the state of California, they mail your ballot to you and you could just ship it or you can send it. They have ballot boxes everywhere you go. So you just go online, you could even just Google California register to vote. It'll take you to a place. If you have a California ID, you don't have to do anything. You just click a few clicks and then you're in there, especially because they already have your signature on file with the DMV. If you don't have one, they'll send you a form. All you just got to do is sign it in their self-addressed stamped envelope, and you send it back, and you're automatically registered to vote. And you're eligible to vote by like the 15th calendar date of the previous month. Right. So that's good tidbit information. Number 2, New Yorkers, it is time to rise up and vote like never before, because you know why? Brokers' fees are on the ballot this year.
No.
So
You must make 75 times the rent.
Right. So there is an initiative to remove the onus of the broker's fee back to the landlord and not put it on the tenant. So if you live in New York City, it is a wild like people talk about housing as a scarce, and it's really not, because there's tons of buildings that are empty, and I know that for a fact because I used to run them, and I didn't fill them, right? There is an initiative because oftentimes when you find a place in New York City, you have to pay a broker's fee, which is essentially the middleman between the property manager and you. And you have to pay them between 5 and 6% of the annual rent, which will come up to sometimes up to $10,000 or more, depending upon how much your rent is, which is preposterous. Why do we need... I don't understand why you need brokers anyway in New York City, but that's just me. However, there is a movement to rid that shit.
Good.
So if you're not ready to get active, this is the time to get active.
If I may give more incentive for New York City, Eric Adams, Mayor Extraordinaire.
Oh, yeah. G Unit.
Okay. When I tell you I hate that nigga with my whole heart. Like I hate him with my whole ass. Like I hate him. And
I don't even live there. The way that like Jim Cornette hates Vince Russo, I hate him. Like I'm taking my morning Eric Adams. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I hate him with my whole ass. And you know that's a lot of ass.
That's a lot of ass.
This nigga, they're trying, not funny, not laughable, but again, hello, we have to laugh at the absurdity in order to keep from breaking down into sad zombies.
Like that scene in Raisin in the Sun. Winnie! Okay, I'm sorry.
If this ain't for you, leave. So scram, get out of here. So you can't sit here. This nigga's trying to put a cop city in Queens.
Yes, he is.
And you already know they're protesting the cop city in Atlanta. We already know.
Shout out to the Black queer women-led group.
Hello, that be outside the mayor's house singing and banging pots. I love it. And let's be very clear: our updates here again are not the most comprehensive. Like, this is not where you need to come for the source. We are trying to send you all to the proper sources. We're giving you our little 280. To send you to the proper sources and using our real nigga voices to bring awareness to what's going on in the world and how it affects our black asses, gay asses, women asses, black women, gay asses, like whole asses.
Yeah.
So that's why we do these now on a weekly basis, because we need you niggas to pay attention. And you niggas includes us. We had to start paying attention. It affects us. It affects the world. And this shit ain't right. It's not right to watch 20,000, 30,000 babies die, be blown apart to bits, beheaded and everything else. And people to act like, you know, the false narratives that they put out in the world, we're supposed to just hang on to like we have been for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do this. We're not a political podcast, but we are niggas who live in this world and need to have some awareness about how we live in this world and how this world hates us and all of the things, all of the weapons that they are trying to form against us and everybody else who is oppressed. So, anywho, with that being said, let's
pay bills,
yeah,
and then we'll get back to our weeks and things of that nature. Thank you for listening each and every week. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Where we are each and every Friday, and more importantly,
unless your friend is a hating ass hoe,
yeah,
and this ain't for them. Some of y'all got some uptight friends.
No, send them here because they need to de-ice.
You know what?
Defrost.
You're right. Like, bitch, go take a shit.
Yeah.
I might make a go take a shit center. No, I'm dead ass. Like a beautiful bathroom sanctuary. Just, as the person who hates public bathrooms, I would make sure this is the most immaculate center known to man. And it is for you to come and let the shit out your stomach so that you can lighten the fuck up. And I think I'm gonna call it lighten the fuck up. We're gonna do colon cleanses. Niggas can just go take shits on like really luxury ass toilets. Do whatever you want in there. Device free. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not allowed to sit and scroll. You have to actually process why the fuck you needed to remove the constipation from your system, because you are really annoying in this fucking world.
See how Apple agrees?
They did. Acceleration.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna make a go take a, and it's gonna be called Lighten the Fuck Up.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
Okay. Lighten up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, support Jade's dreams of her toilet center by joining our Patreon. It is $9.99. I guess we can announce this now, right?
Yeah.
We're announcing a new tier for us. It is not the $99 tier that everybody wants us to have, because
and I'm
we
definitely
trust y'all, but we don't trust y'all like that.
No, after what XD told me, I'm definitely not telling you all what the fuck I said last week. It was terrible. It was awful. It flew out of my mouth. It was mouth diarrhea. And
it was funny though.
And it was funny. But some of y'all can't handle it, and so we're holding it.
Yeah. But we're announcing a new tier. It's $12. It'll have some other things. It'll be allows you to upgrade if you have the $9.99 tier, and to upgrade and you get a little bit more. So that'll be coming to you this week. Subscribe to us on YouTube. It's freer than you and me and the rest of the world. We do 90-day fiance recaps there and some other stuff. So it's a good time everywhere you go. And again, on Patreon, we do a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell you what it's a wang dang, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah, check the link in the description box wherever you're listening. That includes where you can find our Discord link. Please join the Discord. The Agents of Chaos, one of the greatest bases you could ever ask for. They are not nice, but they are very kind.
Our type of people.
And there's all sorts of things you can get into there. Talk about your favorite television shows, music, people who are being raggedy on the internet. You could also vent about your job. There's a Say No to Coworkers segment on our Discord, because sometimes you need a space to talk about this raggedy bitch at work.
Yeah.
I wish I had that space when I was working. You know what I mean? Or the regular 9 to 5. Also, some announcements. Delo, the unisex fragrance, is back.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, it's back on. I want to say it's back on the shelves. I wish, but it's back on the market. So the link will be available to you in the description box or in our link tree at all of our socials. If it's not up yet, then it'll be on the socials. Check the socials. Also, follow our socials directly, because I also know that sometimes shit gets lost in the algorithm. Not to be confused with Al Gore's rhythm. So just go follow Jade and XD directly, our individual Instagrams, because Jade and I are not on Twitter anymore. People seem to assume that still, but that's not the case. Your name is totally gone now on Twitter. It's just fetish.
Yeah. Ta-ta.
Yeah. Low-key jealous, actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it for announcements. Do you have any announcements before we go to break?
I do not, outside of the fact that, free the world. All right, let's take a break and we're going to move on to the next segment.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Is this heaven?
No, I brought you out here to shake off your negative behavior patterns. Marge, you medicate your family with food. Bart, you'll do anything for attention. Cut that out!
They chose me.
Homer.
And we're black. So I invited Skynet into our home.
What the fuck is that?
I bought a Roomba.
Oh, the little puppy vacuum.
Hold on one second. Somebody just rang my doorbell. Hold on.
Okay. Don't open it. Check the peephole. Who the fuck? I don't like when people ring my doorbell and I don't know what to expect. Who the fuck is at my door? Who is coming to be a whore? Is it the sex worker I called? So I can have a good time. We don't shame sex workers. Not on this show here. Let that coochie breathe while you drink your beer. Who the fuck is at the door? Is he good? Not by 10 p.m.
So that was the most random exchange. I've had a lot of interaction with my neighbors in the last few days. So this white girl rings my doorbell. I instantly go into Monique. You brought this white bitch to my buzzer. Yeah. But she was like, my boss lives upstairs and I was cleaning and these mats dropped. I was trying to figure out if they fell onto your balcony or your little patio thing. I was like, oh, okay. So I go and they were there. Okay. And she was so shaking leaves. She was so nervous to disturb me.
She's like, it's a big black nigger at the door. You came to my door, bitch.
That's literally what it was. She had a dog. The dog was scared too. I was like, nigga,
okay, all right.
Okay. Anywho.
Did it drop on your balcony?
Oh yeah, it did. It was, they were there. I gave it to her.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
But anywho, yes, I bought a Roomba. I invited FBI agents into my home.
You did. You did. We already got enough.
I know. Ain't that right, Hank? But and I gotta be on and let's be clear here. I only spent $60 on it. I know people think I'm rich or whatever. I'm not. I got this used and it was open box. Okay. Because we should not be buying new things.
That's right. Come on with it. Come on with it.
And I also am tired of sweeping, so I needed, even vacuuming. I need somebody else.
No, it takes me to an ancestral place when I vacuum, even though my ancestors didn't have no vacuum. But
yeah. And when I tell you, I totally get it.
Okay.
I get why people specifically white people pay for certain conveniences that I never thought that I would. You know what I mean? Like, I always thought, like, having a cleaning lady, I always thought that was for rich people, and it's not.
No, it's not.
But I also realized that in the times that we live in, maybe it's not necessarily the most economical for me right now. However,
It's a luxury.
$60 pays for that some bitch by itself.
So this nigga just rolls around your house.
Yeah.
Just all day, just rolls around that bitch.
For an hour and a half.
At a time. And then what? It takes itself to its charger?
It takes itself back home.
And then it just comes out an hour and a half later after its nap?
If I tell it to. Like, there's dirt patrol. So it'll go around. If it assumes that there's dirt around, it'll go. I can schedule it. I don't have the one where it maps your floor because I feel like that's a little too weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But this morning I ran it. I went around my whole apartment, and it got all the Dutch guts up, you know, because that's primarily what's on my floor. That and rice.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's a very black household.
I was like, what do you have, like a smoking toddler in your house? Like, what is...
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
the little nigga from Good Times?
Yes. Yes. Or Bebe's kids, whatever.
Yeah, that'll work.
Or Gary Coleman.
Because I'd like to pretend that Good Times never existed.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so proud. I was like, look at me. Like a whole me buying things for the home.
Yeah, I like that for you. Very Torian.
Yeah. I just had to share that. But how was your week? And I'll tell you the rest of mine.
Oh, so I went on the school camping trip.
Oof.
I went on a school camping trip. Now, full disclosure, you know, we are an outdoorsy family. We like to hike. We like to do stuff outside.
There's a difference between doing that with you and with other motherfuckers that you don't know like that.
So I brought a buffer because I was like, what's this about to be like? So my homegirl Mary came with me. And in the end, I didn't need a buffer, right? The energy ended up being really, really nice.
Oh, because your husband had to work.
He had to work. Yeah, he's the one who runs this whole thing. So him and one other teacher.
That's why you got looped in.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I got to go to Pride this weekend.
Exactly. Our duties. So
wifely duty.
I was on outdoor kitchen duty, right? Because we was full camping. It wasn't no cabins. These were tents on the campgrounds with fire pits,
actually.
You know, and you bring all your accoutrement with you. And I still think it's crazy that white people own outdoor spaces that you have to pay for. But
y'all didn't go to a national. Well, no, because a lot of them they don't allow you to do that. Okay,
we went to a camp site, campgrounds off the Delaware River in Pennsylvania.
Damn.
So we drove to Pennsylvania. Everybody had to get themselves there, but I was on the kitchen duty. And let me tell you something. I was the bear. No pun intended, because we were in the woods. It was very like, you roll the potatoes, you cut the blah, blah, blah. It was great.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Make sandwiches. Don't stop making fucking sandwiches.
Yes, chef.
I'm going to make 3 sections, okay? They're going to be wet, hot, and sweet. All right, I'm going to take green tape, make those sections. Louis, I want you to get the sandwiches, put them in the corresponding sections. Copy?
Okay, yeah.
Yo, sweet.
But we had a good time. One of the teachers was the first nigga to pull her weed out. So you already know, give me the green light. Because I already was anticipating like going to take some walks. I was like, hopefully none of these little niggas follow me. They're going to be running around. I didn't even have to do all of that. I was able to smoke around the campfire with the parents who partook and the staff who partakes. And nobody was spawning nukes about it. Even the people who didn't. It was like, we're in fellowship and community. I was like, see, this is why you guys send your kid to a hippy dippy ass crunchy school. And then I think they got the essence of nigga that I really am because I talked about white people the whole time, even with the ones present. And they were the type who got it. Absolutely. They were the ones who were like, agreed. And so we had us a good time. We went kayaking and canoeing. Remember the last time I told you that my homegirl tricked me and I had to do 8 fucking miles for 4 hours. This time we picked the 2 mile, 45-minute trek. You know what I'm saying? So me and Tristan were down there being real problematic in the river, just around the riverbed. We were singing.
Don't trust those whites over there.
we were quoting the whole thing and and singing Ike and Tina. But you know, two
very problematic.
Yeah, but also river appropriate songs. And I was not pissed at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get duped into 8 miles again. And it was a good time. I was very grateful. And we made it a no devices trip. So the kids weren't allowed to bring any handheld video games, no iPads, no none of that. When I tell you that's what these niggas needed, they were running, they were screaming, they were playing in the river, they were playing in the creek, they were barefoot, like they were having a time. And I was like, this is what kids need. But who also needs this is adults. Because I was on the phone with my homegirl. And she tells me that her nigga says they were talking about that we were the first American football game. We were all talking. We were on the phone. We were talking about the first American football game because she lives in Europe. So we were like football versus soccer. And of course, America got the audacity to come through and take a sport that already has a name and call it something else and then call their own sport what that's called and all of these things, right? And so we started looking at what was the first American football game? 1869. And her nigga says, is there a video for that? I need to see. And we both was like, you think there's a video from the first football game in 1869? And I said, we've got to get off these motherfucking devices. We've got to get the fuck off these devices. We are desensitized. we are unrealistic.
Drop the link.
Drop the link.
It was slavery.
It was fake until I see some proof. It's like, nigga, there's no proof of my 20s, and thank God. Why the fuck do you think that? And he thought about it for a second. He was like, "Oh man," it was like, "Yeah, nigga, yeah, you've been converted into an AI,
indoctrinated." You know, it's so easy to get caught up in electronics, right? Like, and I even see it with like older generations. Like my mother, she is glued to her phone and Facebook.
They're the worst. Actually, they're just as bad as the kids. Scrolling all day.
It's also because I think that older adults revert to childlike things.
Absolutely,
and stuff,
no, absolutely, you know. Full Benjamin Buttons. Was that a real disease?
Yes, it's not as
see something. What disease did Benjamin Buttons have? Progeria.
Yeah,
Hutchinson Guilford.
Yeah. Isn't that what Jack was about? With Robin
Williams? Let me see. Jack movie. Okay, let's see. No, because I don't think he...
Because he had something... There was something wrong where he was like... Not something wrong. He lived with the condition. Excuse me.
Okay. So he suffered from a unique condition that results in growing 4 times faster than normal. So I feel like it's something in reverse. So 10 years, at the age of 10, Jack had the body of a 40-year-old man.
Nature has given us all an internal clock. Your son's seems to be ticking faster than usual.
But he's healthy.
Absolutely.
However, his cells are developing at 4 times the normal rate. If this continues throughout his life, by the time he reaches age 10, he could
appear to be an ordinary, full-grown, 40-year-old man.
I don't know if this was a real condition.
I don't know. But I do know that the Benjamin Button thing, I feel like that was like a real type of thing, just not as dramatized as it is a movie, as it was in the movie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like when they try to talk about cherubism, and cherubism is a real thing. It's just,
it's a rare genetic condition that results in a child's body aging rapidly. Okay.
Yeah. Pagaria.
The average lifespan is 13 years, although some live into their 20s.
I was my cousin is BFFs with a little person. Shout out to Amanda. She's a really cool person. And we were just talking about like the life expectancy of somebody who lives with dwarfism or as a little person. And, we were talking about how you never think about like, you always think about things in average height, human terms, whatever. You never think about like the life expectancy of a little person. And we were talking about like how all the ailments that they tend to go through, like back issues, a lot of liver stuff. I thought it was so, I don't want to say fascinating, but also fascinating in general, because I'm like, this is something that I never really considered or thought of, And
okay, let's see. Okay, so most people don't have, some people with restricted growth also have other physical problems such as bow legs or unusually curved spine. And only nigga, we love bow legs as niggas, we do. But most people don't have any other serious. It just be so cute. But most people don't have any other serious problems and are able to live a relatively normal life with a normal life expectancy.
But anywho, total side.
Sorry.
But camping, I'm proud of you for doing that. I want to go do that. I want to go in the middle of the woods somewhere in Wyoming.
What if we did a Jaden XD meetup, but everybody does retreats and shit like that, but we're not those people. We cannot guide you all into being your higher selves, obviously.
No.
But nigga,
if anything, we will make you the most like trash human being ever.
No, not trash human being.
Okay, no. You would come back with a greater sense of anger. I don't know. Like you'd come back, you'd be calm and angry at the same time.
Realistic.
Yeah.
Let's make a camping. We should make a meetup camping trip.
I'm not mad at that, actually. I like people sign up. We limit it to like 5-10 people.
Yep.
We get like a thing, and
you gotta vet niggas, make sure they're not crazy.
Yeah. We go to like the middle of the woods. We just provide the space.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta pay. But
and bring your own shit.
Yeah, bring your own drugs of choice. No white girl, figuratively and literally.
No devices, no white girl. Hey, no white girls. No, we need them. We need them.
We do. They're the ones that mainly need to be there.
Exactly. They're going to have them extra things to make sure your tent's bolted down.
Yeah.
I have a tarp. Of course you do, girl.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And like camping pussy wipes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I
had camping pussy wipes.
I'm about to be like, so did I, but no, I was gonna say like, I used to camp a lot, so like I would always like have like the wipes, like the bathing wipes, and so like when people used to bike to work at my old job, and they would come
ripe.
Ripe is a compliment.
I know.
So I used to go to REI over on Broadway, Lafayette, and buy the camping wipes, and I would have them, and I would hand them out. I'd be like, "Hey,
take some of these big body wipes and go get yourself together. You stink."
Yeah. Oh my gosh! That's what I had to tell you. And I meant to send you this. Oh my gosh! I had a very homosexual moment.
Oh, what happened? You was eating blueberries?
No, I discovered reusable pads.
Well, Wait, hold on. Wait. You had a very
Okay. So
to
in the midst of all this going viral and things, I was like, okay, so I click up and I scroll up and I get to a video. And there's this lady who talks about the perils of how they don't use real cotton in like tampons or and all that good stuff, and how it's not good for your poussoir and all that. So out she pops up with reusable, sustainable pads. And when I tell you they were the size of Idaho.
Oh, like a pregnancy pad? You don't know nothing about that.
No, I know what those look like. Reusable. But it was even bigger than that. Reusable. Like they were huge.
Wait a minute.
It's like what you would cover Connecticut with when it rains.
With wings.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I saw Busta Rhymes on the beach in
Zempic Rhymes.
Yeah. Neck still thick as Connecticut though.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, I didn't even know this existed. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. And that's I had like a gay thing. I was like, oh, I am so gay because what?
Well, nigga, I guess me too. Shit, because I didn't.
Well, Jade,
I set myself up every time, don't I? Yeah. Wait, not with these prints.
Yes, the print is what made me chuckle.
No, nigga, I don't want to because I need to know what my flow is looking like for the day. I don't want it masked with your grandma's
that's what I had in my head. I was like, okay.
And then they got black ones. That's like black toilets. You know how I feel about black toilets. I don't fuck with that.
I hate it. I don't fuck with black toilets or black sinks.
Yeah, I like my racism transparent. I like my toilets transparent. I need to know exactly where you're coming from and what I'm dealing with.
I also I've talked to my friend Lenore about this a couple of times, but how we need a strong, confident toilet that don't need no help.
Yeah,
like I hate a weak flush.
Oh my God. You know, I got a project handle. So so that gives you that gives you the good.
Don't flush while you on the toilet. You might fall in.
Or you might be like Yosemite, a geyser.
yeah. But I need a strong, confident toilet that, doesn't need a man's help.
Yeah. Independent. INDEPE. I don't like that they all have prints on them.
Hello. My name is Marie. I am the owner and creator here at Soft Taco Reusables, where we make handmade cloth menstrual pads. In today's video, I am going to go through all of the different types of fabrics that we offer in our pads, specifically the topper fabric options, in order to help you.
I'm curious to buy some of these. I just want to see what the
because I understand the concept and I understand like okay, yeah.
I don't know.
But I also don't know about like, again, because I think about what's the Thinks panty, and
I think about it all the time. And listen,
I thought about a lot about vagina during Gay Pride Month the last 4 days, and I was like,
sometimes you've got to put yourself in the position of others to see what we're dealing with. Because I was sorry, about to be transparent. I was fully on my period on the camping trip, and nigga, that is a very particular type of hell to be in. And I wondered if it was karma for something that I've done recently. Maybe it was for laughing at that video, but I was on my period on the camping trip. Most miserable experience that you can have. So the Thinks panties stress me out. I understand there's bitches who free bleed. We're not shaming you. It's just not for me. XD shaming you.
No, I'm not shaming you. I'm just trying to understand the hygiene portion.
Nope, I understand. There's a gaggle of black girls listening to this right now that are like, free bleed! What the
just hot in their chest. Like.
Your grandma rose up. All the respectability politics, everything came through right now. Somebody is fuming from their ears right now listening to that. So let me there are crunchy bitches out here who free bleed. Again, I say that with love.
I have come across. I don't know them personally.
Oh, I do. Shout out to Jessamine. She talks about it, and I'm not this. She talks about it on her social media, so I'm not like. Jessamine is very transparent about living life alternatively, and I think if that is your decision and that's what you want to do, I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I was not free bleeding in the woods, but I might as well have been.
No, you attract the coyote.
Nigga, I was like, are there bears out here? I need to know for personal reasons. And at a certain point, while you camping in the woods and you try to do the best that you can, at a certain point, you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to take the illest shower when I get home.
Yeah. And you see, now that I know that there are people like Brenda in the world, like I would be afraid to free bleed.
You can't free bleed because a bitch might come and bite your coochie off and you don't know what's going on. If you're new here, you need to go back and listen to a couple of Brenda episodes. That's where we get into the understanding of Therianism.
Therianism, yeah.
People who think that they're animals. Like in their spirit. Like in their guts. I gave a good Brenda update the other week to let you all know about her latest.
And on Patreon. There's even more on Patreon.
Oh, yes. And shout out to you all. Again, I love the fact that you're worse than we are. Because, you know, I be trying to honor everybody. And some of y'all be like, no, fuck that. Shame that bitch. I don't care how old she is.
Fuck 12, literally.
Right.
It's time to take a break.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hit it, Claude.
Cotton pads.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So I'd been thinking about this for a long time. I was like, I want a website. I would love to have something curated where people can go for great information about travel and food.
The year is
2008.
Yep.
So it was kind of early-ish.
There was
nowhere to go.
No.
And we're back. So I hate the internet, right? Because I love the internet. I hate the internet because what the internet has provided is a space for people to espouse information without the scholarly work attached to it. And I say this because of the following. So, you know, I go to the dentist every like 6 hours. And so while I was at the dentist this past week, there was a young lady who was on their phone, but just loud and talking, having a full business meeting, but not in like a regular decibel that you would have. Like they were just very loud talking. And then after the meeting was over, they started like playing music and singing.
Wait, a young nigger lady or?
No, they weren't black. I'll tell you that. They're probably a white Latino. Let's go with that. You know, It's Los Angeles. You know.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking about niggas on the train. You know.
Yeah, no. We was smack dab in the dental office. And again, this happens often where like, that's why I love and hate my dentist office, because I told you I had to go to a regular degular one. I didn't need no uppity stush one in Beverly Hills. I needed to be amongst the people.
Yeah. We need to go where they have abundant pho restaurants. You know what I'm saying? A couple of insurance buildings.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh, mine is next to laundromat and a lot of Asian places.
And El Pollo Loco.
And a Jollibee.
What? They just keep popping up.
Have you ever had Jollibee?
No.
Really?
But it's just like in my psyche now.
Oh, it's a Filipino fast food restaurant.
Oh, it's Filipino.
Yeah.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I don't really care for Filipino spaghetti because it's really sweet. But the chicken, they have amazing fried chicken.
that would explain the ube handheld pies that I saw on the big giant
Yes,
advertisement.
which are scrumptious. Let me tell you,
I do love an
back will
ube.
never be unbig because of them.
No, you're not supposed to say that because it's phobic.
Oh right, damn. Damn.
Well, I mean, is it phobic though? Because like, if a nigga's fat, they just fat, right? Like that doesn't make it a bad thing.
Like I'm not going, and I'm talking about me.
Right.
I'm talking about me
you're like, I'm
personally.
fat.
Yeah. My back is big. I am owning this. Which I can't wait to come back because me and Dr. John Paul are going on a foodie tour on
Donde?
Yeah, it's Foodie Land, girl. We going to Foodie Land.
Okay, so do you follow this Vietnamese lady from the Bay who makes Vietnamese food and should be cussing people out on Instagram?
I follow. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Will she be like, bitch ass Jessica?
Yes. She kind of ghetto. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You know that. Yes.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
she recently did a foodie tour with her family where they went to all these different Vietnamese and Asian spots, like because I feel like they live, because she's always talking about the Sacramento River. And so I feel like they live north, and I feel like they went down because they were like in San Diego, they were in all the in Santa Monica, and then they went to LA and tried all these different places. I said, I've got to save this and go to these places because I need a ghetto Vietnamese bitch to tell me where to get the right pho and grilled pork chops.
Yeah. Yeah. If it does not have a number in the title of the restaurant, it is not good.
No.
Tell you. It has to be number 9 or number 2.
At the Jolly Bee.
Oh no, Jollibee is a chain. So, it's
Oh God.
whatever.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
But you know
yes.
what I mean? Like Pho Cafe number 7.
Yeah, exactly.
China King number 4. Like, you know what I mean? That type
the
of
specific one. Timmy Chan number 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That lets me know you're a chain and it's family owned.
Yeah.
Because you're keeping the lineage alive.
This is true.
But yet, no, we're going to Foodie Land. It is a think smorgasbord, but at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
Nigga, when are y'all doing that?
Next week.
Damn.
You'll be back. You'll actually be back
but
by the time.
I can't fucking come to LA right after I come back.
Just come for the day. I mean, I shouldn't put your business out there, but like, I have an extra ticket.
All right, let's chat.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have just arrived to Foodie Land, Los Angeles. Over here at the Rose Bowl.
I am thoroughly excited. I saw this black woman dip bread pudding on a stick in a dulce de leche cream sauce while standing in line for electric lemonade. I am thoroughly excited for this experiment.
When Tia Tamara put a Parmesan chicken on a stick, I was pissed off. But a bread pudding and a dipped dulce de leche?
Why were you upset about chicken parm on a stick?
Because it just don't belong that way.
I don't agree. I feel like I would appreciate a lot more things if they were on a stick.
Maybe some stuff, but I don't want my chicken parm on a stick.
Because I don't like getting my fingers dirty.
That's
so
real.
like if I am in that type of environment, I don't think chicken parm should be officially on a stick, no. But if I'm at a carnival type situation,
Tia Tamara was not at a fucking carnival.
Or like if I'm hosting an on-team soiree, right? And I'm like, you have like horse divers and things. Why not a little chicken parm on a skewer?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm low-key hating. Because I want. I'm being fully honest here. I'm the problem, but I'm just gonna be.
Okay.
Let me be real.
I'll let you know.
It's like Tia Tamara. You're rich, okay? Go be rich, Make your fucking vitamins. You know what I'm saying? Go make your TikToks and act in your Hallmark movies or whatever it is you're doing right now. But leave our space alone, nigga. Leave it alone with your chicken parm on a stick. Niggas out here want to do work. And production companies are like, we're going to go with Tia Tamera making chicken parm on a stick. When there's a bunch of niggas out here who have recipes and things that they want to share, family lineages, and all of that kind of stuff, and you hosting movie night with your rich ass homegirls. No, I'm hating. I'm like, that's the honest truth about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair, as long as you're honest about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to Foodie Land, and I'm thoroughly excited.
I like that. Why didn't she make a wine? She could have made a wine like Mary J. Blige and Raekwon. But you know what?
Have you had Mary's wine?
No, but I actually heard from orange wine drinkers that it's not bad because she partnered with a vineyard in Italy. And it's like not sweet, which I appreciate. I like a dry.
I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it's because I don't like orange wine. Maybe that's it. Because it tastes almost like Ampersol. What's this shit I don't like? Aerosol spritz. There you go.
Oh, I love it. I do love it. Oh, I love a spagliato. I do.
I don't like that. Sounds like a racist name. So
it probably is, nigga. I don't speak that, but I.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of her wine. But also niggas who make wine, a lot of it's really not that great. Like E40's wine is a lot.
I have no desire to try. So Raekwon made a Lambrusco in a very fancy Renaissance fair bottle.
Of course he did.
It wasn't the worst Lambrusco I've had. You know, it wasn't the Carlo Rossi.
I enjoy Lambrusco.
I very much enjoy Lambrusco, but I need it to be either dry or like a demi-sec a little bit. I don't want it. I don't want it sweet.
Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Ride down 290. Still see the world like my shoebox skyline. Living like a ride by. Now you can follow guidelines. You boys on the sideline. You boys on the ride pine. Raekwon wine time.
So Raekwon's, I feel like from what I remember, it was better than I thought it would be, but I never went and bought it again. I didn't try Mary's wine yet.
That wasn't my favorite.
But I appreciated that she did partner with a vineyard in Italy because I was like, they can make a wine now.
Yeah, I've had Snoop Dogg's and I've had E40's and I nigga wine.
Yeah, I also don't want cracker wine. I don't want y'all's partnerships either. If Gwyneth Paltrow came out with a wine, I don't want it.
Goop wine? Ew.
Exactly.
That's gross.
We ferment the drippings of my pussy.
I had to eat crow with her the other day.
Why?
So I had Goop Kitchen for the first time. I'm unsure what Goop is exactly. It's a lifestyle brand, movement, blog, magazine.
What is Goop?
They sell slaves. I don't know what the fuck they do,
but
I do know
Goop?
They have Goop Kitchen.
I started to learn how to cook when I was about 19. I was going to University of California at Santa Barbara, and I was trying to be an actress as well, so I kept driving down to LA to audition.
And when I tell you, they made an amazing chicken Chinese salad that I had to...
That sounds like some shit they would make.
Of course. I had to walk. It was quite pricey, but I didn't pay for it. So, fine. But I was like, this is delicious. Not going to hold you.
See, I don't like that. See, I don't like this. Goop is a wellness and lifestyle branding company founded by the American actress Gwyneth Paltrow.
Go ahead.
It was launched in September as a weekly email newsletter providing new age advice, such as, you know how I feel about that new age shit. That's why that's how I got sucked into all them documentaries, such as police your thoughts and eliminate white foods, and the slogan nourish the inner aspect.
Wellness brands don't make any sense. Like, I hate What was I watching? Was I watching Smosh? I don't know. I was watching something. They were talking about like how celebrities, their quick cash grab is like starting a wellness brand.
Yep. Or if you black, a hair care line. Which is
hair
wellness.
Just dropped today. I just saw the commercial. I was like, oh shit.
See? I'm like, Taraji got shampoo? That's crazy. And I don't want no white fucking wellness advice. I definitely don't want no white actress wellness advice, but I don't want white wellness advice. You exist in this world in a completely different capacity than I ever will. I do not want you to tell me how I can float through this earth because you would pray to be white again. And so therefore,
please God,
please make me white again. I will laugh harder.
Mawa.
Make America white again. Wait, when I was on the camping trip, this white man passed me. I had on, because you know, it get like 40 degrees at night and it'd be like 80 degrees during the day. Very bad for the system. Maybe good for the system, actually, because we didn't get sick. Right. But I passed this white man. I was going to the bathrooms. I had on my Libre Palestina sweatshirt. And he had on a T-shirt with George Washington on the front of it, but George Washington had on a MAGA hat.
Oh shit!
And I saw him look, and I was like, "Buen dia." As I passed him.
So wait,
say something,
so
nigga.
where did you struggle with this? So how did you use the restroom while you were camping?
Oh, okay. Oh, first of all, oh my God, I didn't even tell you. Okay, wait a minute. Okay.
Survivor.
As we were making the fire.
Do we need to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
All right, let's take a break and we'll be back after this. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Despite Forrest telling me not to hike on private ranch property, I thought if I just crossed their pasture or meadow, it would take me back to the creek and put me very close to my Omega water crossing. So I perused the fence line.
And we're back. Okay. So yeah, you had your private Survivor experience. Oh, I should say that I told you off camera. I ran into the host of Australian Survivor at the mall this past week.
Oh, he did. The one from
King George's Reign.
New York Undercover.
Yes, he is. You know, I don't say this about white men publicly, but he is a very handsome man in person. He gave. You know what he gave? He gave Adriano from 90 Day Fiance.
That's a handsome, spicy white man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
who are handsome white men to me? The spicy white man we just said. I'll give it to Brad Pitt. He's a handsome white man. Sure.
Ryan Phillippe.
He is a pretty white man. He's pretty. Yeah. Like Angelina Jolie. This is hard.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
We should make it. No, we shouldn't make this a thing. I don't want to do the hashtag handsome white man effect. It'd be like a montage of George Clooney. Handsome white man. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. And that's it. Okay, so when we first had to make the first fire and they start talking about the kindling, nigga, I got excited. I was like, kindling? Yes, let's go into the woods and we'll pick the dry sticks. But you know who taught us how to make the best fire? A 7-year-old.
Really?
Yeah. He goes to camp. And he's the one who taught us how to make the proper fire to let it breathe and then what to do to keep it going. And his mother was some kind of firebender because she kept sticking her hand into the fire to adjust logs and shit. And the whole, oh yeah, we called her that the whole time. It was very fascinating. We were like, you are a firebender. You are a fucking avatar. Like, how are you doing this? I felt like I was in Survivor the whole weekend, and I got excited when I would like think about it, but then I hated it in the moments where, you know, I was just being like when you asked me how I use the bathroom. So full disclosure, I did not poop, which was very hard for me because I'm a regular girl. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't poop, I'm very irritable. But it was okay because I wasn't eating that much because I wasn't hungry. But I peed in the woods between the trees. And what I did was, and this is not racist what I'm about to say, because that was really like I got a black friend, but it's still not racist. The best squatters on this earth are Asians.
Well, yes.
Yes. There's something, they have a squat that they do where they're able to balance themselves. And I don't know, it's very fascinating. At Noah's 8th birthday party that we had in the park, my Chinese cousin and Melissa Beck were comparing Asian squats. So
that is the most Melissa Beck thing to do.
It really is. It really is. So I channeled my cousin and Melissa Beck, and I was like, and me and Mary, you know, watch each other's backs and stuff. And then I said, oh, you got an Asian squat. You get your butt real low to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Your legs have to be at proper stability, kind of like a little frog. And then you take your pants and you pull them forward, which, by the way, you need to be doing in public anyway when you use the bathroom, because the splishy splash, you do not want your fucking pants touching the front of the toilet bowl. Anyway, so you pull the pants to the front, you Asian squat, get your butt real low to the ground, and then you pee so that there's not too much splashback. You don't accidentally pee on your legs, and you don't accidentally pee on your pants. Asian squat. See, they agreed.
Yeah. Both hands in the air, arching your back. Bend your knees, back in. Both hands in the air, arching your back. Bend your knees, back in.
So that's how I use the bathroom. And then a couple times I did go to the campground bathroom, and I just, you know, because period. So so I had to go get myself together. But I did not use the communal showers.
No. Did I ever tell you about the time I went camping and they had like barrack showers? So like I had to it was camping in the middle of nowhere, California. Like I'm lying. It was in Weed, California, which is so funny. Okay. Which is near the tippy top of California.
Oh, the racist
It's real.
part.
Yeah, it's real like no man's land. Real like
lots of farms.
Yeah, I was like, did Lewis and Clark, you know, ever walk past here? You know, no. And it was the sleeping cabins were like, it was a roof, a wall, and a floor. And then that's it.
Okay, wait, hold on. A roof,
so
a
think
wall,
about
a floor.
So a roof, wall, floor. That's it.
Was it a door?
No, because the other side of the cabin, it was open. It was open air.
No. See.
And in the corner of the little cabin barrack thing was a toilet. So it was like, which was weird because it had a little door, but it was stupid because it was very much like Khadijah's office, that Flavor magazine.
Yeah, like what is the point of this?
What's the point of this? This is just like a privacy, like what's it called? Like a modesty door, even because there's nothing above you. It's just a commode, and there's a door here, and on this little rope is like toilet paper, and then yeah, but the toilet is not like a real toilet. It was like Like a porta potty toilet kind of thing. It's not like you flushed it or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like every morning, like we were out there, because we were out there for like a week and change. And mind you, I'm like 15 and 16. And so like, and I'm with like staff because I was on like a school kind of retreat or whatever. And so I'm just out there in the woods, just shitting with my teachers. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. And then like the showers felt a little racist because again, you had like roof, wall, floor, openness, but there's like little like spigots in like the wall portion with nothing but like ice cold water from like the ravine or whatever they were getting the water from.
Okay. Did it smell like sulfur?
No, it smelled like water. It smelled like nature. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain that, but it smelled like nature.
Because this water smelled like eggs. I couldn't brush my teeth with it.
I wouldn't have. You should have boiled it 6 minutes. You'd have been all right.
Nigga, I use bottled water.
Oh. Told you got to learn the shit that you got from Survivor. Boil 6 minutes.
6
on
minutes.
high.
I know, but no, I just use bottled water, brush my teeth. But Noah and them were very irritated about that. Outside of the fact that there were snakes down by the river, apparently, which thank God I didn't see one of those. But the kids came back with a snake skin, and I said, "Get it away from me right fucking now!" I cussed in front of them poor children all weekend. But there were snakes down by the river.
They all have Netflix.
But they were livid. I mean, they were ecstatic about this fucking snake skin that they found, and they told me they saw 7 snakes down by the river.
Absolutely not.
Nigga, I said I won't be going down by the river. Thank God this was after our kayaking trip. Got me a good upper body hike though. Got me an upper body workout, got a lower body workout with a hike, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was full Trump land. Everybody had a Trump flag outside their house as you were passing it.
Yeah. Just like Sacramento, California.
It'd be a random tree with like a trespassing sign and a private property sign, which again, how the fuck do white people own forests? That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. That's fucking wild. Like you own 100-acre wood. That's wild.
How?
Dude.
You should not own this at all.
Right. Well, that concludes today's episode of, Mawa. I'm calling it that.
Yeah.
Until next time, y'all. Bye. Ooh, if we don't see y'all next week. If we don't see y'all next week, I feel like we will. But if we don't, we'll see you the following week.
Yeah, don't spawn a new. If you're new here, again, this is a Blackish show about nothing. So hope you weren't looking for a through line. Ta-ta now.
Yes, we're moving on.